Hi, Groomies.
I'm Felicity.
And I'm Ravi.
And we are the hosts of
The Grim and Tonic Book Club.
We read thrillers and drink gin.
And then yep about it.
Today we are doing a deep dive into A Flicker in the Dark. So if you haven't read the book, get away.
Get out of here.
A whole bunch of spoilers will be coming your way.
While we will make light of some dark themes, please know we do take these topics very seriously and we are just trying to laugh about the very serious topics. Okay, so let's get into it. What are we doing? What are we doing, Flick, this month?
We have read A Flicker in the Dark by Stacey Willingham.
And what are we drinking today? You made this one.
Yeah.
What was it?
I made a strawberry smash, strawberry gin smash. It's really chunky.
that got recorded.
So I found out that the strawberry is the state fruit of Louisiana. So it is strawberries and sugar smashed together, a bit of lime juice, a bit of gin, and tonic water. And the gin that we've got is 4 Pillars olive gin.
Olive gin. You let me smell it earlier. It actually smelled really beautiful and not pungent.
Yeah, which is rare for gin because it smells like dick.
Oh, it does. I didn't know each state in America had their own fruit.
Yeah, I wonder if it's the same in Australia. I don't know.
What would WA's fruit be? Is there a native fruit to us?
It's a great question.
Anywho.
Well, we have like towns that are fruity. Like there's one down south which is like the apple capital.
Yeah. And we have lots of strawberry farms.
So many
So maybe strawberry.
It's a chunky drink though. It's nice, but it's chunky.
Oh, look, it's chunky. Anyways, everyone, Happy New Year, Groomies.
Yeah, the last episode we dropped very early in January.
Mm-hmm.
So we're a month into the new year. Did you have any New Year's resolutions?
I'm quite boring like that. No. Well, the one thing, obviously, is to read more books and read more books around our bingo themed stuff. But other than that, not really. Eat healthy.
Same old.
Try to go to the gym.
Okay.
Work.
Cool.
Try and maybe find different ventures, but we're already doing one. So
yeah, okay. Exciting new year. And how's that? How are your resolutions going?
So far so good.
Yeah.
I think I've been to the gym like 3 times the first month.
Killing it.
I'm really living up to it. But I did read more books than I usually would. So that's
great. You're winning.
That's a start, yeah.
Winning.
How was yours? What are your resolutions?
I didn't do any this year. I kind of want to like drop the ball a bit this year. I've had enough of being on top of it all. Sorry, I can just see you slurping up some strawberry guts.
It's a great drink.
Next time, no chunky drink.
That's all right. Maybe that will be our calling, chunky drinks. All right. So, what else is new?
Yeah, what's new in the book world? Did you see that Colleen Hoover is supposedly retiring?
I did not until you told me. Oh. I am not very up to date with the book
What do you
world.
mean I told you? This is the first time that we've discussed this.
I mean...
Stop trying to take away the magic of podcasting.
Please tell me more about Colleen Hoover retiring.
Well, there's the drama with the film. It Ends With Us. And I don't know if it's true, obviously, but yeah, supposedly she's retiring. She's getting out of the game because it's too much. It's all too much.
I wonder because It Ends With Us, she was very involved in the production process. I wonder whether she will be with Verity.
Yeah, I don't know what that means for Verity, whether that's still going ahead. Surely she will just
very excited.
She sold it, right?
That.
She's out.
Yeah.
But am I sad that Colleen Hoover won't write books? No.
No.
Yeah, they were fine. I loved Verity,
Mm-hmm.
but she didn't do many thrillers, really.
No, it was more romance and also around like better
Yeah,
like
DV.
women and DV. I think I read a few of her books and they all sort of had that theme. But yeah, I mean, it's a really good like easy read, but not really
If
big
she
fan of
did like a whole
those
bunch of
books,
thrillers,
yeah.
I would probably be sad that she's retiring.
Mm.
But yeah, I don't know.
She did well
Not bothered.
though. I'm
She's done-
surprised
she's great.
she didn't explore more. Like
know.
she stopped at one.
I loved Verity.
Yeah.
She tapped out of ideas, maybe.
She just poured everything into that one book and she's like, I'm done. What else? Fable. You're using Fable to track your thoughts?
I am. So for those that don't know, I use the Fable app to record my reading, and we have our book club on there. So you can go in and add notes, and it's really great because it doesn't spoilers. This sounds like an ad.
Yeah, it's not. We're
it's
not sponsored by Fable.
Yeah, not yet. So yeah, you can write notes on stuff without spoiling it for other people.
Yeah.
So I really like that.
Yeah, I just know it exists.
Yeah.
And that Felicity uses it. I really...
My first entry was something like, Cooper seems cool. Please don't be a weirdo.
Well, spoiler city. All right, so we know that this book is by Stacey Willingham. And this is her debut novel.
Yeah, so tick that off the bingo card.
Yeah, but the thing is, do we want to tick this off of this card or do we want to wait?
This is your bingo card. You can choose if you want to use it.
I'm going to do it for this one because there are not many authors like whose debut novels that I read. So
it's all yours.
All mine. All right. So Stacey, inspiration.
Yeah, so she said that she was, I don't know if inspired is the right word, but she wrote this after seeing a video of, is it BTK?
Mm-hmm.
Is that the name of the serial killer?
Yeah.
Seeing a video of him walking his daughter down the aisle and was like, oh yeah, like serial killers have families and they have no idea that they have like this other life. And then so she was inspired to write from the perspective of family and daughter.
Do you know what BTK stands for?
Bind, torture, kill?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well done. He's one of the really, because I follow lots of serial killer podcasts and documentaries. He's one of the big ones, BTK.
Like at least 10 victims, right?
Yeah, quite a lot. And this guy was mad as hell. I'm glad the book is not graphic in that sense.
Same.
Yeah, because if it was graphic, if it was another Pretty Girls, I would have been like,
it's a bit much.
It would be a bit much. But yeah, so like, I'm glad it talked about serial killers and the families, but nothing to do with the
I can't think of, there probably is a whole bunch, but I can't think of another book where it's like the family member of the murderer.
Fair call.
It's normally from the perspective of like the killer, right?
Yeah, or the spouse.
Or the spouse. Yeah, well, it's family. But
yeah, but not really. Yeah. Well, you thought about it like that.
Fun fact.
Fun fact. If you know a book like that, reach out. Tell us about it. And then maybe we will add it to our to-read list.
Yeah, our TBR.
TBR. TBR. To be read.
To be read.
Yes. Plot. Do you want to walk us through the plot of the book?
Yeah, I'm going to read straight from paper. 20 years ago, a bunch of teenage girls go missing and our main character's father confesses to the murders and was sent to prison. Now Chloe, she's at 32, it's 20 years later. She's a psychologist with a bit of a problem with the prescription meds. And she's working in the city of Louisiana, Baton Rouge in Louisiana, and girls start going missing. And Chloe feels like there is a connection between these new murders and the ones that her father committed 20 years ago. So she turns into a little investigator and finds out what's happened.
Interesting. We liked the plot of this book initially. It was very captivating.
Initially.
We still do now, yeah. No, when we read it, because we discussed the plot at our previous book club podcast, and it was captivating.
It was. I remember back, I had said it's got to be Chloe, obviously. Obviously, Chloe. I didn't quite read that she was 12 at the time.
Yeah, yeah, that might have been a bit of a giveaway. Anyways, a 12-year-old murderer. But, you know, it does happen.
It was a 15-year-old murderer.
Oh, well, now you know what the book is about. So characters. So we have a few characters. I'm glad there are not too many characters.
Me too, because I am dumb with characters. And I've read 2 books since here, so
Yeah,
let's see if I remember.
I remember.
We have Chloe. She's our protagonist.
Mm-hmm.
What did you write? She's got wacky priorities. She's our investigator.
Yeah, but I just thought like her priorities and I know some of it we'll touch a bit later, but like what she prioritized to investigate, I just think as if I was in her shoes, I'm glad I'm not actually, knock on wood. That's not what I would do. But yeah, and she just never did anything I expected her to do.
Did you like her?
Not really. Not really.
Well, I think she was damaged.
She was
rightfully so. She's had a life.
Yes, she has. I just don't think she went to seek appropriate closure for herself.
Okay.
Like one of the things like strikes out to me is that she was obsessed with Lena, and she was so obsessed with Lena that she would sort of think about her every day.
Yeah, even as an adult, but like I think as a kid you do have those friendships where you like fall hard and fast for a friend.
Yeah.
And then if they were to die at the hands of your dad, I think you would still think about it all the time.
Yeah, but then what was she doing to get closure?
I don't know.
Yeah. So that was my thing.
She was
taking
popping zannies.
Yeah, she was popping zannies for closure. So that was the thing. Like, I understand you've had a really rough childhood, you know, but I just wanted more from her to sort of do something about it.
Yeah, I do think we have to tread lightly with Chloe, though.
Yes, we do. All right, next.
Our next, we have Daniel. Daniel, the fiance. Daniel is our plain white bread. He's our lemon and herb chicken from Nando's. He is sweet and dull.
Vanilla ice cream, you also said?
He's our vanilla ice cream.
Nothing to contest there. That's all right.
Yeah, I think in real life I'd really like him. Book, he's so dull.
Yeah. Real life.
He's sweet. He's sweet.
He was sweet. We don't like sweet, do we?
No, we hate sweet. Then we have mum and dad. So mum was in an accident.
Yeah.
And she could no longer speak.
Mm-hmm.
And she was bedbound, and she was fantastic. Our MVP.
Your MVP, not my MVP.
She's great. I love her.
Not really my MVP, only because she never reported her son after she found out.
Oh, well, that's mum life for you. Then we have dad, and he is our serial killer.
Yeah.
We didn't meet him. We don't meet him.
Nah, we don't meet him. We don't speak to him.
We only know about him.
Yeah.
And Chloe paints him as like a pretty good dad. Nice dad.
Yeah, nice dad until she started questioning everything he had ever done for her.
Yeah. We also have brother Cooper.
Coop.
He was very suave when he comes in. Very charming.
Mm-hmm.
Red flag.
I thought that's the sort of people we like.
Yeah, I love charming psychos.
Cooper.
Then let's make a special mention to Aaron/Tyler.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron he comes in as a reporter.
Yeah. From New York Times.
Yes, he charms Chloe. Mm-hmm. Chloe and him have a little rendezvous. And then it turns out that he's actually Tyler.
Mm-hmm.
An accomplice/murderer, not too sure.
Yeah, not really explored that one in the book. Yeah, and then...
Did you like him?
Not at the beginning. He sort of grew on me. When he first was introduced, I think he came on very strong. Visiting the mother in her home.
Yeah.
Be like...
Boundary issues.
Yeah, I needed to get your attention, Chloe. That's why I did it.
Yeah, he has some boundary issues for sure.
Exactly. Like, pipe down, Chachi. I didn't like him, but then when he was trying to help her, and I was like, all right, maybe he's a good guy, you know? He's doing it for his career, of course, but on the other hand, good guy.
Yeah, and he goes with her. He goes to her to visit Daniel's
Mm-hmm.
mum and dad, or just mum.
Mm-hmm.
And he seems really supportive and understanding and easy to talk to.
Did you not think in what he constantly said to her, Chloe, in this line of business, trust is everything?
Yeah.
Bro,
You're sneaking around, bro.
you sneaking around. You didn't even tell us your real name. How is trust everything? Practice what you preach, sister.
I'm just chewing on my drink.
This is funny. We love chunky drinks.
There's not too many other characters. We have Daniel's parents who were just the worst, and Bert who was also the worst.
And Bert was Lena's father.
Yeah.
And my favorite, right, was Melissa. Do you remember Melissa?
No.
She had like 3 scenes. She was Chloe's
the receptionist?
receptionist, yeah. I loved her. I think she was great.
Okay.
In the 3 scenes, she was empathetic to
Respectful.
respectful. When Lacey went missing, she was crying.
Okay.
She did her job. She was her friend. Great overall. And when she obviously knew Chloe was lying, she was like, yeah,
Okay.
that's my MVP.
The receptionist with 3 scenes. Who am I to say? I loved mum who couldn't speak.
The mum was hilarious.
One of our club members said that Cooper walking away into the forest or into the woods in the first scene was just like her red flag. Was like, of course he's a psycho. He just walked away into the woods. I don't know why, but I just did not pick that up.
I did not pick that up.
I was like, yeah, fair enough. Off he goes into the darkness.
People just need alone time sometimes. You get it in the forest, right? Why is that weird? Now, you see, like, this is the type of person who will never get killed. She's like, red flag, I see you.
Yeah, she's onto it.
Yeah. Chloe was a bit loose with the pills, wasn't she?
She was. I don't know why. I mean, I know, like real life.
Yeah.
I could understand, but why in the book did the author like make her just to be like unreliable, maybe?
Unreliable, yes, but I also think to sort of support the theory of how she went to bed and woke up like a day later.
Yeah.
Right at the end.
And I suppose, yeah, then her like back in her college years.
She was taking that. Yeah. So to sort of, put her credibility to question. But, of course, in real life, it's a coping mechanism. You know.
Enjoy your Xannies, girl.
You've been through so much. You're not seeing therapists. You're not doing it. You're not talking to your dad about closure. So, of course, pop a few Xannies and off you go.
We don't condone the use of recreational prescription medication.
Yes, we don't. Please don't do it. Speak to your therapist.
But the whole world was gaslighting Chloe.
They were, weren't
literally
they?
Everyone. Her dad, like lying. Her brother lying. Aaron lying. The guy in college lying.
Daniel
lying. The police not lying, but like gaslighting her.
Yeah.
Like, no, girl, you're crazy.
Yeah. Like, you need to back off, Chloe.
You need to back off.
Stop doing your own investigations.
Which I also understand.
Yeah. Well,
I understand why the police have got a job to do and they don't want the public involved in it.
Yeah.
Tampering with evidence.
Oh, she picked up the earring though. But that was just an accident. She wasn't intentional. She just picked it up.
Yeah, but it was accumulation of all things. You know, she's like at crime scenes and stuff. They're like, if you keep doing this, we're going to suspect that it's you. We already kind of do. And I can understand that.
Oh, I really hope they didn't. But they didn't though. Like, it sounded like they were just giving her a warning rather than being like, I'm going to arrest you.
Yeah, but they were like gaslighting her.
They were gaslighting
so,
her.
like, I can understand. Yeah, she's had some tough times.
Yeah. Really has. Poor Chloe.
So the only one that you liked was Melissa?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, not Chloe, just Melissa.
Okay.
And maybe a Shannon.
You lost me again.
Shannon was the friend who introduced Lacey to her, whose daughter went missing. The last one.
Yeah. So you're picking out people that have like 3 sentences.
Yes.
And you're like, they're fantastic.
They were fantastic because everyone else was trash.
So there were 2 major twists in this book. The first one being that Aaron was actually Tyler, was not a reporter, was actually a childhood friend of Cooper.
Yes, he used to
And
follow
like a little,
Cooper around.
Yeah, a little follower of Queen Bee Cooper. And he was, it never really explained it. Did he murder these girls or was he just an accomplice helping Cooper orchestrate it? It's not really clear.
No. My theory, right, because they don't explain it, my theory is that because he was such a follower of Cooper, he would do anything. And it's one of those like childhood people you're obsessed with. And he always was. And Cooper enlisted Tyler to kidnap these girls for him. And then he would bring them to the farmhouse where he drugged them, left them. And then Cooper would come in, do whatever nonsense, and then kill them, you know? So that's my theory. I don't think Tyler was actually the killer. I don't really see it or vibe it at all with his character.
The internet thinks he killed him.
The what, sorry?
The internet.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I do, like, because I tried to get to the bottom of it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, did someone read something that I didn't?
Yeah.
Who knows this? And the internet's like, oh no, like it was Aaron.
No.
But it's not clear.
Nah, I don't believe it's Aaron. I don't believe it.
Accomplice.
I don't believe it. Nah, I don't believe the accomplice theory. I think
No, accomplice is in he helped.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. I believe he helped and he wasn't the main murderer.
Okay. He didn't get his hands super dirty. Just a little bit dirty.
And because Cooper was smart enough to use Tyler so that when your phone pings off a cell tower, he wouldn't be in the location. Because who suspects
Scapegoat.
Yeah, who suspects of another serial killer? The son of a serial killer is who you look at if Cooper was ever in the vicinity, you know? So that's my theory.
Yeah, that's
Do you
fair
have
theory.
one?
I actually kind of think it was Aaron that did it, but I don't know why. It doesn't make sense, but that's what I thought when I read it.
So you think that potentially it was a copycat, but Aaron was the copycat killer?
No, I think it was orchestrated by Cooper.
Okay.
But it was Aaron that was doing the deed in the end. But I don't really understand why. I don't understand why Cooper would do that. But did you see that one coming?
No.
That surprised you?
Yeah, that surprised me. I think a lot of this book was like, you sort of knew where it was headed, but this one I didn't see coming at all.
Yeah, I didn't see it at all.
Yeah.
I don't know if I love it.
The twist?
Yeah. I don't know if I needed that twist.
Yeah, I don't think we needed it. Like, he could have been Aaron Jensen or Tyler from the beginning.
Yeah.
And just done it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other twist was that Dad, Shock Horror, was not the murderer.
Yeah.
He took the fall for his son, Cooper. It was Cooper, a teenage serial killer.
Yes.
That one I saw coming.
Yes. That was very, I wouldn't say very obvious, but it was obvious enough. I just think with, like, who do we have here? Like, I just don't think the father would have done it because his just mannerisms didn't line up of like a serial killer. And like when he was like, oh yeah, there's a darkness in me. That's why I did it.
Blank staring, there's a darkness in
me. Like rehearsed.
Yeah.
It sounded rehearsed, you know?
Yeah.
The mum, I didn't think she was the killer because why would she voluntarily go to the police? It's like, I'm the serial killer, my daughter found this, haha, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Chloe was too young in my opinion, so I thought it might have been Cooper.
I wanted it to be.
You did. That would have been so good.
I wanted a crazy little girl.
Well, it's not out of the realm of possibility. There are child killers out there. But I think in this one, it might have been a bit too much. And parents would do anything for their children.
Yeah.
As proved by this book. What do you think?
I wasn't surprised. I actually guessed it in our point thing that I said. It makes sense. That would work. It would work. Quick question.
Yeah.
Do you think that Cooper was like murdering his whole way the last 20 years, or did he take a 20-year like sabbatical?
I think he was killing people throughout, but different parts of America.
Oh, he traveled. Well
I
traveled.
think, yeah. Again, they don't explore this in the book. This is my theory and my theory alone. Because I just don't think, I can't see how he would have stopped suddenly. He could have stopped for a few years, but then the urge to kill again would be there.
So why this time was he targeting people that Chloe knew?
No, I think, right, again, my theory is that Tyler, because Cooper got Tyler to pick those girls, and Tyler had enough of Cooper and went to get these girls that are close to Chloe, so she would have a light switch moment and realize it was Cooper all along. Get me those conspiracy
I wish that
theories.
was written though, you know?
Mm.
I wish that was the intention of Aaron/Tyler.
Yeah.
That he wanted Cooper to be taken down.
I mean, he was killed before he could explain it.
Yeah, rest in peace.
R.I.P. Ty Jensen Aaron.
But I like just to jump ahead.
Yeah.
I did really like this book.
Yes.
But there are like those things I just wish they were explained a little bit more. Like the intentions. I want to know why Cooper was doing this. And if it was just because he was straight up psycho, that's fine. But why did he take a 20-year gap? Why was it targeting girls that were close to his sister who he loved? Why was Aaron/Tyler in here?
Yeah.
What was he doing?
Why not just warn her?
Yeah.
Rather than be like, there's a copycat serial killer around? Maybe he was Now, I stand by my theory. Do we think Tyler actually... Well, that will be second guessing my own theory. In your theory,
My theory.
do you think Tyler knew about Cooper's history of killing those girls?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
I think he was hanging around at that time. I think he knew what was happening.
but then he killed the only other person who also knew, which was Lena. Yeah.
Or
Poor Lena. Yeah, another one, rest in peace. Also, Lena, go to the police.
well,
What are you doing? She was in front of him, taunting him, squishing fireflies by looking into his eyes. At least that's what I think the intention was.
I also think she probably just grew up around violence. Like her dad seemed nutty.
Yes. Used to lock her in her own room.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. That's not healthy. But still.
Yeah.
See, you saw a murder. You are like 15.
Someone. If you see something, say something.
Yes, please, everyone. That's a motto we live by.
So one person that I really liked in this book was Mum.
Was Mum? Yes.
Yeah.
Tell us why.
Mum was fun. Mum inviting men to the house. Mum getting busy. Mum did have a unfortunate turn after all this happened. Understandably, I think she was depressed and she had a turn, and she ended up in a care facility. She was bedbound and or she was like wheelchair bound or something like that, and she was unable to communicate anymore. Yeah, Chloe, she found a way to communicate with her mum. Cooper had never been able to, but Chloe worked it out. 20 years later, they went 20 years without speaking.
Because every time she tapped the finger, tappies. She was like, I must be imagining it. It's the Zannies.
It's the Zannies. But she found a way. She got the Scrabble tiles out. She got the yes, no, and she asked her mum questions, and mum could tap yes or tap no on this. Amazing.
Brilliant.
2 letters in.
What were the letters?
D-A. Chloe's out. Thanks, Mum. That's all I need to know.
Who was it?
Then she just skipped. Like Cooper interrupted her just to be like, "Hey, how's Mum doing?" Yeah, and she was just like, "Well, that's the end of that." No, just give me 10 minutes. Like nothing. Didn't go back. Yeah. She was like, "D-A, that's all I need to know."
And she's like, "Must be Daniel.
Must be Daniel. Must be this man that you've never met. You couldn't possibly be spelling dad."
No, I thought it was dad, and I was
I was
frustrated.
same. I was like, obviously it's dad. She's saying she's spelling out dad.
Oh, I
But she just skipped and she didn't go back.
She's like, I'm gonna go and see Daniel's parents, but I'm not gonna go see
I'm
my
not
mum.
going to go let my mum finish what she was saying. The first time I've spoken to her in 20 years,
Yeah.
I've heard all I need to say.
Da.
I've heard all I need to know. D.A. It's obviously Daniel.
Mum had to stop eating to get the attention of her children, right? Because they're like,
Yeah.
she might die.
Yeah.
You know? Did she ever start eating again?
I'm assuming so.
I
would be like, no, like you come back here.
That was not the point.
I did not dismiss you, Chloe. Come back here. I have not finished speaking to you. I have so much to tell you.
Yeah, we can like spell it out word by word.
Yeah, I guess mum must have been like, oh, DA, she's got it, I've got it, like locked eyes, like we're in agreement, we got this, peace out.
And she's like, nah.
And then they've just gone into complete opposite directions.
I actually thought that when Chloe packed up her bag, she was going on this like fishing expedition to find out the truth for multiple days.
Oh, she's lying to everyone.
She's lying.
Yep, alibis galore.
Done, all done, dusted.
No one could disturb her. No one could disturb her.
Absolutely not. And I was like, fantastic. She's going to go and see her mum, get the like rundown, and then go and see the dad. That's what was going in my head. Yeah. Because that's what a reasonable person would do. But what does our friend do? She goes to Daniel's house.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there were some answers there, so credit to that. Comes back to the motel, sleeps with Aaron, and then passes out for 1.5 days.
What a sleep.
She
would have been so refreshed.
What a fishing expedition.
Yeah.
What did you find out?
What did she find out? She found out that
Daniel potentially killed Sophie.
Yeah.
Who was his sister.
She went into Daniel's childhood room and thought that, she found the books there was an article in a book that was talking about her dad.
Yeah.
And she thought that Daniel didn't know about her dad. But it turns out as a teenager he did know about dad and kind of used dad.
Yeah. And she was like, oh, he lied to me. The mum said he was smirking. He's a murderer.
He was a real fishy kid.
Yeah, but I don't think Daniel should have lied. So basically what happened was when they first met, Daniel and Chloe, Chloe, I think, sort of dropped hints about who she was. And then when she eventually told him everything, he just goes, nah, never heard of this.
Yeah, I don't understand that, but that's okay. Like, yeah, I lived in that town. I remember that story.
1 hour away. Although Chloe, to escape her traumatic childhood, that I'm going to move away from this town and from all the memory. Moves 1 hour away.
Yeah.
Like, are you good with
She's
geography?
She's a Louisiana girl.
Where is Louisiana? Is it south?
South, yeah.
All right, south. Oh yeah, southern accents. Lol. Go to like LA. Go to New York, like the big cities where no one will actually know you.
Yeah.
You know? Oh well.
Never mind.
Chloe.
She wanted to stay close-ish to home, maybe.
Oh,
and her brother.
Her mum was there.
Her mum.
Yeah, her mum who who she bailed on so hard. Did you think so? The mum had an accident. So with the mum, they had found her. She essentially tried to take her own life.
Yeah, and she cut off the oxygen to her brain.
Yeah, through a belt. Yeah. And she found her another really big like trauma point. I actually thought
my heart is just breaking for Chloe
and mum
and mum. Yeah. But Chloe.
Oh, poor Chloe.
Poor Chloe.
Yeah, and then she just attracts dickheads.
Yeah.
So did you ever at any point, especially closer to the end, think that maybe Cooper had done that to the mum because the mum knew about Cooper?
I didn't think that. I really took it at face value there.
I thought so.
I was not looking for clues. I was just like, okay, yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah, because and sort of cemented by the point that Cooper killed off Lena because she knew the truth about him. And the mum knew the truth. The dad knew the truth, but the dad was in prison. And mum could have turned at any point, and he was like, "I'm gonna kill her off, but she can't go missing." So suicide
Oh,
would be.
I felt so like broken for mum speaking to the lawyer, and I think the lawyer knew, right? The lawyer knew that it wasn't. Oh, do you reckon?
I think the lawyer knew there was something else.
Yeah, because he said,
Is there anything else?
"Is there anything else? This is the deal that he's going to get, unless there is anything else." And mum looked around and was like, "No, there's nothing."
She did it for her son.
She did. They really worked together there.
Yeah. Oh, it's so sad. All this taken away because of
Cooper.
stupid Cooper.
Crazy Cooper.
Cray Cooper. So Chloe went off on this like hunt to get answers. Do you think she went too far?
Yes.
Okay.
I think getting into the investigation
Yeah.
is like you shouldn't do that.
No, but I love her amateur sleuth.
Yeah. But also, like, I get it. Go for it.
Go for it. I don't think she went too far. I think she could have gone further.
I do think that Bert visiting her in her home, that was a turning point. Like,
Yes.
probably before that, I was like, girl, like, you know, this is not your area of expertise. But then, like, Bert coming in and was like, what did he say? He was like, do you ever imagine what it feels like? And she's like, oh, well, what, like dying? She's like, and he goes, no, like taking a life. Like, go to the police for that.
Yeah.
Although
she did.
So I understand that. And then when they fobbed her off and then she spiraled, I understand that. And then when your friend's daughter goes missing, she took it upon herself to do what she can to go and find them.
Yeah.
So I understand why she didn't get the police involved after that point.
Yeah.
After Bert, even though Bert got a restraining order out on her.
Did he get it or did he want to take it out?
I don't know.
Yeah. But
get out of here, Bert. You sad, angry man.
That was such a weird thing.
That was so weird.
He was like at the house and he said exactly that. And then she goes, what the hell? And then he goes to the police and be like, I was uncomfortable.
I was uncomfortable with the way that she didn't respond to me when I said that I thought about killing people.
Yeah, and like how she gave him a fake name and pretended she didn't know him.
Let it happen.
You're a creepy old man.
You're a creep, dude.
Yeah, like back off, Chloe. But I also think because he knew about her history with Ethan, who potentially got a restraining order against her. I don't know if he did as well. I think he did in that point. But all she did was break into the house. I mean, I'm not condoning that. Don't break into No, okay. So
but they gaslit her to the point
so
of her
hard.
going crazy.
Right?
Yes. Her roommate went missing and no one told her and there was blood all on the sheets. And then everyone's like, she's fine. Get over it. Don't ask questions. It's none of your business. Oh my God.
And what a shithead friend.
Terrible friend. Terrible boyfriend.
Yeah, we hate Sarah and Ethan in this.
Oh, I don't know their names.
Sarah and Ethan. Yeah, she's like, she always wants, initially when she's like, she always wants what I have. I'm like, all right.
Okay.
All right, pipe down. And then when she actually did, I was like, oh God, she's psycho. She's a bad friend.
Every book I've read lately, they're like, she's gorgeous. Everyone's stunning.
Her Pilates ass.
Pilates ass.
We digress. No, what was it? No, about the restraining order. So I watch a lot of Law and Order SVU.
Which is based on real life.
Which is based on, a lot of it is based on real life.
Real police work.
Is it?
No.
All right, sarcasm. Okay. No, but it has a lot of truth to it, I think. But it's not that easy getting a restraining order.
It should be easy.
It should be easy, but of course the police is dickheads about these things. But like you need to show a pattern of stalking before they can issue a restraining order, or they need to do something. Usually with breaking and entering, they charge you with that, like just B&E. But then if you take it a step further, then that's stalking.
I'm
then
gonna have to
that's
take your word for it.
yes. All right. If it's anyone who actually knows the law, please reach out. This is based on.
Hopefully, it's easy to get a restraining order if you need one.
It should be. It really should be. But yeah, I think Chloe should have gone off. She'd gone batshit crazy.
Yeah. She did, and I understand.
I think she could have.
No
been
one
more.
was helping her. No one was backing her.
Yeah.
Everyone made her feel crazy.
And that's why she.
Daniel was just like bailing on her for his work related travel,
which was not.
It was father related travel. She was, explaining to him that she is scared, and he was like, "Oh yeah, you must be. Anyway, I'm off on my trip."
He's like,
there, honey. You must be terrified. Anyway, I got to go. I'm going to send a man to the house.
A creep to the house.
Just a strange man. He's going to come into the house.
What's your greatest fear? A strange man killing me. No problem. I'll send one to the house.
I'll send one. Yeah. You can order them
I
online.
love you so much.
People are so scary though.
Yeah.
Like just strangers are scary.
They are really scary.
But like the guys, they just don't get it.
They've
never feared for their lives.
Nah, they really don't.
I was just walking down the street the other day and I saw there was a guy, he was very disheveled.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't have shoes on and he was walking and he crossed the road and he went away from me.
Yeah.
And I was like, all good. I can, keep going. And then I went further down the street and he turned and he went a beeline for me.
What?
And I had to make that like a life and death decision, which was like, it was too early for that. Like I hadn't had a coffee. I was just going for a little walk of like, do you be nice?
Yeah.
And like, if they are a psycho, maybe being nice, or do I just like head down, keep going, like potentially be rude?
Mm-hmm.
Like you just get put in these like situations sometimes.
Yeah. What do you end up doing?
It's nice. But I did point him in the wrong direction.
Oh, he asked you for directions?
Yeah, he flagged me down.
Yeah.
Just like don't speak to people.
Nah.
Like if you're a guy out there walking around the streets, like don't approach young women.
Yeah, with no shoes.
With no shoes on.
Especially.
And a threatening face.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy. It's crazy because like, in the book plus in real life as well, like, you tend to hold your keys a bit closer to you, your bag a bit closer to you, your phone just so you can potentially reach out and call for help.
Yeah.
And then looking around whether is there anyone else around me I can shout for help.
And this is just like going for a walk in the middle of the day, right?
Yeah. In middle of the day.
The middle of the day.
Yeah.
And you have to think about, okay, so I want to put headphones in, but don't have noise cancelling headphones because you want to, have your wits about you. You want to be able to hear if someone's approaching you. Don't have a ponytail because that's just a handlebar.
Yeah.
Like you have to consider your personal safety.
Yeah.
At all times.
Yeah.
Because there's creeps out there.
I know. Right?
Maybe that's just me reading too many thrillers though.
No, I think there is a sense of security that is taken for granted, but we need to do these things to keep ourselves safe. And it might be a subconscious thing, but we like it's just inherent and it's built in us as women.
I won't go for a walk before a certain time, and I don't go like after a certain time.
Yeah,
like it has to be daylight. I don't like dawn or dusk. And I think I live in like a fairly safe neighborhood. But my husband, you laugh.
It's not that I live any better.
The crime stats are terrible, but it's pretty safe.
It's pretty safe.
But my husband would never think about his personal safety the same way that I do.
No. But again, they never had the need to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like men these days are a bit more like conscious about it, about thinking about
how to make people feel at ease.
Yeah, but at the same time, they don't think how to make women feel at ease. Yeah. But at the same time, they don't think about their own safety in that regard. Yeah.
And my husband's like, he's a big guy. Like, he's like, oh, if something was happening, I'll just, take care of it.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, what a life. That sounds so nice.
Someone pushes me, I'll push him back.
Yeah. Oh, just shove him. It'll be fine.
I don't have the same body strength.
I can't even run away. I'm so unfit.
Same, sis, same. Uh, oh, great dangers of being. And you know what's funny about this? Cooper was the one who's trying to warn his sister.
Yeah.
He was like, Chloe, don't get into the car with strangers.
You're the stranger.
You're the murderer.
Yeah, Chloe will be fine.
Yeah.
Anyone that knows Chloe is not fine, but Chloe will be fine.
Not really, because she was at the end, she was like, I know that if I hadn't drugged him, he would just snap my neck.
Yeah, when cornered, but he didn't want to.
Yeah. Which brings me to my other point. And this point sort of disturbed me throughout the book. I don't know if you paid attention to it, but in the book, especially before the bodies were found, when Cooper was identified as the killer, Chloe would put herself in Lena's shoes and how she sort of died. And that was fingers on her throat squeezing in. I'm like, girl, how do you know how they died? How do you know it was strangulation?
Instinct. I don't know.
So that was like, then that's why I also like, did Chloe have something to do with this? That thought did come to my mind.
Yeah.
Because it's like, how do you know? What if they were like shot, like stabbed?
She just had
In her dreams.
dreams. In the end,
Yeah.
let's talk about the ending.
Yeah.
The ending of the book. So in the end, Cooper gets caught. She's using the cameras that are set up inside the house. Thank you, Bert, for that one.
Thanks, Bert.
Yeah,
And thanks, Daniel.
Thank you, Daniel. Thank you,
Oh, we're
Bert,
thinking.
for always working together. Cooper is arrested. Dad is freed.
I think the paperwork started.
Okay.
Something along those lines.
Not that she's interested. She doesn't
No,
care about Dad.
20 years later, Dad's innocent.
No,
Yeah, well, he will come out.
Yeah. Oh, Dad's coming out to a bit of a shit show, to be honest.
Yeah. He did apologize to everyone for covering up his son's murder.
I wonder if Dad knows about Mum.
Oh.
Anyway. And then we find that Chloe and Daniel are no longer together.
Mm-hmm.
Daniel has moved in with his not long lost sister, but his sister who was presumed missing, but Daniel actually stashed her away to keep her safe from Mum and Dad.
I'm glad Daniel did that. That poor kid.
What a sweet boy.
Yeah.
Plain white bread.
Can't go wrong with plain white bread.
And then Chloe knocks on the door and meets sister, gives her the engagement
ring back, yeah.
Or was it a bracelet or a ring?
The engagement ring.
Okay.
The one she threw in Aaron's car.
How rude.
Yeah. Well, she did think he was a serial killer.
No, but that's your ring.
Sell it.
But they're not together anymore.
No.
Do you think they should be together?
I don't think so.
No?
I think there was, like, in an ideal world, I would want them to end up together because I love a good happily ever after.
Yeah, if this was a rom-com.
Yeah, this is a rom-com. But at the same time, there was just no trust. The trust was broken from both sides.
Yeah.
He lied to her about a lot of things. She lied to him. She slept with someone.
Yeah, that's a big one.
That's a big one to get over.
She really did not trust him. From the words of his mother.
Yeah.
She took what his mum was saying as Bible.
Yeah.
And then slept with someone else just like immediately.
Yeah, she slept with our Aaron/Tyler. And then
she's a real bad judge of character.
Good judge of sense of security of whether how I can get out of this situation, but terrible at judging people by like their character. And then you know what was funny? When she was sleeping with him or about to, she was like, maybe this is who I'm supposed to.
She fell in love.
She fell in love with Aaron Tyler so quick. And I was just like...
So quickly.
Yeah, and then that same day...
That's because he showed her some like support and compassion.
Yeah.
And she was head over heels. She was smitten.
Yeah, she's like, maybe this is who I'm supposed to end off with, because in her mind, she's written off Daniel.
Yeah, Daniel's bad guy.
Bad guy.
So to get back to the question...
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Should they give it another go?
No from me.
It's going to be a no from me.
What do you think?
I think Chloe needs some therapy.
Yes. And talk to her father.
And Daniel needs a nice plain white vanilla ice cream Nando's
Lemon and herb.
lemon and herb chicken girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, he seems like a really sweet boy.
He does. He shouldn't have lied to her, but he does. Shouldn't have been so sus.
He threw her. Yeah, he was. He couldn't read the room. He was maybe not sensitive enough to Chloe's issues. Like throwing her a surprise party when clearly it would scare the shit out of her.
Oh yeah.
Is sending men to the house when it would clearly scare the shit out of her. So he was probably he couldn't read the room.
Yeah. Okay. And he did what he think any good boyfriend / fiance would do.
Which would probably be fantastic with a white bread girl.
Yeah. Not with our dear friend.
Not with our twisted Chloe.
Yeah. Yeah. They don't need each other.
They don't feel right.
No.
Chloe should maybe just be alone for a while.
I think she does need it. Like she needs to get like
spend some time with dad. Spend some time. Oh my God, you can communicate with mum. Go make up for 20 years of lost time.
Yeah, and maybe stay for a sentence.
Yeah.
Or a word.
Or a whole word.
Yeah, or a whole word. Not just dip after duck.
Maybe say sorry, mum.
Yeah.
For not listening.
Say sorry, mum. Go and see your friend Shannon, who is also a therapist.
Yeah.
Work on yourself.
And
then
get on
find
some
someone.
medication which are actually prescribed.
Yes. I actually thought at some point she will get like arrested or
some sort of suspicion for it.
Yeah,
I think it was just a tool to make her, I don't know, discredit her.
But her license would get suspended so fast if it was found. Mid-book predictions.
My mid-book prediction was that it would have been fun if Chloe was a 12-year-old murderer, but it makes more sense that her brother was. So I was actually ding, ding, ding correct on that one.
Yes.
I also said mum was super sus. I don't know why I thought she was sus. Maybe I was just hoping she was sus. I said, is she pulling a Verity, like Colleen Hoover's Verity, who's pretending to be in a comatose state?
I also actually, I think influenced by Verity as well. I also thought that maybe at the end she'd be like, psych.
Yeah.
I can talk and speak, and this was just pretend because I was scared of
me.
Coop. I was scared of Coop because he put me here.
Yeah.
Which is the same as what happened in Verity actually about it. Anyways.
That book's been written already. So I did okay this time.
You did okay. Yeah. I also did much better than last time. I thought Cooper was the killer. The father was covering up for him. But I did also think, and this is a bit wrong, where I thought Daniel was actually the copycat killer.
It was setting you up to think that.
He was setting us up to think, and I bit that up quick. And he was waiting for the anniversary to kill, and the whole reason he got together with her, like how they tried to describe it.
Because he lied about knowing dad and all that jazz.
Yeah, because he was just so obsessed with it.
So we did okay.
We did okay considering. Yeah. Reviews. A lot of them are quite high, this one.
It was really a mixed bag with the Fable reviews. So there were a lot of 4-5 star reviews. So the overall rating 3.92 is what Fables put it.
Yeah.
But the comments are not overly nice. So even though it's like quite a high review, the comments are saying it's predictable and boring. And I would say it's predictable. I didn't think it was boring.
Yeah. The starting for me was a bit boring. Like the first 25%, I struggled with it. But then the last 75 made up for it.
So there weren't a lot of reviews being like, oh my God, I can't believe that twist. It was like, oh yeah, I saw it coming. But it was good. So that's what the general population thinks of this book. And I kind of agree with them. Yeah? Yeah. I thought that the identity of the killer was quite predictable. I was surprised by Aaron. I'm not sure I needed that sort of surprise. I don't know if that twist actually added to the story at all. I think we could have done without it, or we could have had more explanation of it. Maybe would have been better. Yeah, I think if they took that twist away, added more explanation, that would have made the book a bit better. Yeah, like leave the twist, leave it as a Aaron is Tyler, but then like give me more, give me why, give me how.
Yeah.
So I didn't quite understand that.
Yeah.
I didn't understand why Cooper didn't really want to get his hands dirty this time, because I thought that was the whole point of it.
Yeah.
Because he was just doing it for funsies. Like there's no fun in just orchestrating it.
Yeah.
Right. I didn't understand why Cooper was targeting. So I just needed more explanation from the book, but I really did think that it moved well. And I think the descriptions were really, really good. I thought the setting was really nice. I thought the characters were quite well rounded. But yeah, I just needed more explanation on, the identity and the twist for the murderer kind of. Yeah. I think maybe if you didn't read a lot of thrillers and were surprised by the twist, it would be like a fantastic book.
Yeah.
It'd be a 5-star book. If you didn't see it coming, if you were like, oh my God, Cooper, who could have predicted this? I think it would have been a great book.
Yeah.
But I'm going to give it a 3.75.
3.75. That's respectable. It's a respectable rating.
Yeah.
For me, it was like I said, like the starting for me was a bit slower. The first 25%, I was just finding it really hard to sort of get going with the book. But after that 25% mark, like I read it really quickly. I mean, yeah, like there are quite a few loose ends in this one. Loose ends in the sense that I really wanted it like tied up really nicely for me.
Yeah.
Because whenever a book ends with you make your own conclusion, I'm not the biggest fan of that. I like knowing.
I like it sometimes.
Yeah.
I like it sometimes, but most of the time I want it
all
explained
wrapped
to me.
up.
Although I did that's what I love about Verity though, is that it's quite open-ended.
Yeah.
I like not knowing Verity, but I feel like everyone else, I want to know every other book.
Yeah. Because Verity, I think they sort of put it in two very distinct
it could be
options.
This or that.
Yeah. So it wasn't that like completely open-ended. It was sort of steered in a direction. But yeah, so I just thought that a lot of things Chloe could have done for herself, a lot of things the different characters could have done. Again,
I wish we met Dad.
I wish we did meet Dad. Yeah, I really wish he had gone to Dad, and been like, "Hey, Dad, nice seeing you after 20 years. Tell me what happened. I just need some closure in life." And he'll be like,
even if it was like, if she thought it was a copycat, go to Dad and be like, "Dad, these things are happening. What should I do? Like, who do I go to? What do you think's happening?"
Yeah. Or lean on his expertise to sort of solve crimes, because that's how they do it like in the real world.
Like Hannibal Lecter.
Yes.
Silence of the Lambs.
Exactly what happened. And so I just think these kind of things were a bit meh for me. But at the same time, I think it's because I enjoy serial killery stuff, which everyone thinks that I'm mad for, but I love it. I still gave it a 4 because of that. Because
it was good.
It was a good book.
It was a good book. I would recommend the book.
Yeah. And also they didn't explain why Cooper has his darkness again. It was very
He's born in him.
Yeah, it was very
He's just born with it.
It was
maybe it's Maybelline.
Yeah. It just wasn't explained. It was just so brushed over, like how the
just
father
accepted. Yeah, it was just accepted.
Like just like, what do you mean there's a darkness in me?
Yeah, Dad's like, okay, yeah. Cool,
yeah, everyone has not really a darkness, but everyone has a little bit of something. You don't go around killing people.
He let the intrusive thoughts win.
Yes, you do let them. Wait, no, he let them win.
He let them win.
Okay. So with this book, right? You gave it a 3.75. I gave it a 4. We agree it was a good book. Okay. But there's something about this book, and I know I'm asking for too much here because of your book memory. But do you notice something about this book, right? That Daniel has that relates to me?
No.
All right. I thought we were friends, but that's okay.
Tell me.
Daniel and I have the same birthday. Thank you very much. 2nd of May.
You're practically twins.
Daniel, he white, but yeah. So just not sad at all that you did not pick up on that.
I barely remember Daniel at this point, let alone his birthday.
They made it a point to mention it. 2nd of May. Now everybody knows. All right, another thing. There's a big thing in my mind when I was reading the book, right? I'm not a parent, but you are.
Mm-hmm.
Would you do this for your children? Take the blame for them. Touch and wood, they're beautiful kids. They will never do something like that.
Please never put me in this position, guys. I with these sort of things, I always say, like, you don't know what you're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
This is such an extreme situation. You never know what your reaction is going to be. But at this point in my life, I want to say that I would want them to find help and peace. And I do believe in rehabilitation.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think I would take the fall for them. I would probably try and hide them from the police, though.
How? Wait.
Like, I would try and cover up their crimes. Like, I would be...
So they wouldn't get arrested?
Yeah. And then I'll just work with them.
And then work with them. All right. Okay.
Yeah,
That's fair.
I don't know if I would take the fall, but I think that I would try and save them, though.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe don't put this out. If my kids ever do anything bad, the police will be knocking on my door.
Your kids are beautiful. They won't do something like
the
that.
little one. She's a killer.
The little one's great.
Yeah, she's fiery though.
My bestie.
Just don't mess with her.
With my imaginary children, I can't see myself, like, again, not a parent, don't know what that feels like. But I don't imagine myself taking the blame for them. I just think that I would hope that they get away with, like, a reason of, like, mental illness.
Yeah, put them in a
hospital.
that I can go and visit them every day.
I'll be like, that chick's psycho.
Yeah.
She's
always been crazy.
Yeah, she tried to kill me multiple times. She put her in a hospital, and then after a certain number of years, get her out. All right, we cool. Like, you didn't go to jail, right? We're fine. But just because if they're doing something like that, they need help. Something's not right in their brain chemistry. So so they need to be put away, but not in jail, so they can get that proper help that they need.
Would you tamper with evidence?
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
Totally.
Yeah.
That box wouldn't be in my wardrobe. It would be like in the marsh getting eaten by an alligator.
Yeah, it would not be in my house. I'd be like, first, like, scold them. Like, what the fuck?
Oh, you're going to tell them off?
Yeah, of course. You have to.
Just joking.
Be like, hey.
Oh, fine.
That's
gentle
fine.
parenting.
Yeah. All right. So, where does this book lie for us?
So, on our running tally of our top 10, we've read 3 books. We've read Pretty Girls by Karen Slaughter. We read Rock, Paper, Scissors by Alice Feeney. And now we've got A Flicker in the Dark by Stacey Willingham. Mm-hmm. So our order for our 2 was first Paper, Scissors, Rock by Alice Feeney, and second was Pretty Girls by Karen Slaughter. Where do you want to put it?
Paper, Scissors, Rock? I thought it was Rock, Paper, Scissors.
Who cares?
Sorry, I missed that. What was that?
Where do you want to put it on the list? Like, your options are number 1 or number 2.
Because Pretty Girls doesn't even exist.
Yeah.
That's forever number 3.
In a few months,
number
it'll be
10.
off the list forever.
I think Rock, Paper, Scissors would be ahead of A Flicker in the Dark for me.
Yeah.
A bit more explanation given.
A bit more plotted out.
A bit more plotted out, yeah, exactly. As compared to, even though I really enjoyed it, not discrediting it, but yeah, I think it was a bit more different to this one. What about you?
Yeah, I'm the same. I'm going to put it in the number 2 slot.
Yeah.
So
perfect.
I'll post something up on socials so you can see our list, see our running tally.
Perfect. What have you read, Miss Overachiever?
No, I am not an overachiever. You should see on socials. There are people that are like, these are the 26 books that I'm going to read in January. That to me is wild.
You see, which is two of us. One person's the over, one person's the under.
Just in comparison, yeah. But I'm reading a normal person amount of books that likes to read.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I can't believe that some of the people on social media are like, oh, this is my TBR for February. It's 150 books.
I saw someone read like over 1,000 books in 2024.
Your kids' books.
Was that the meme I sent you? Was that the same one? Oh, might be potentially. I'm getting everything mixed up. Anyways.
I read 3 books a day. 3 novels.
Oh, I can't wait to use that on you one day. Guess how many books I read today?
2,500 books. But it was the same one 2,500 times.
All right. So what did you read?
I actually started reading a young adult book. So I do feel like I'm like reading too many thrillers. I'm getting real suspicious of people. I need to calm down. So I read a young adult book. It's part of a series. It's the Boys of Tommen series, and the first book is called Binding 13 by Chloe Walsh. It is a teen romance between the star of the school rugby team and the new shy girl. It was great. It's a big ass book though. It's like 800 pages.
What?
It's a huge ass book. It's quite a commitment. But it was good.
You still read more books than me in that month.
Sure did.
Why is it called Binding 13? Was it 13 years old?
It does explain it. His number is 13 and binding is a rugby term. It means like kind of getting him.
All right. Okay.
So yeah, the next one's called Keeping 13.
Okay.
And then the rest of the series, I think there's 5 books in the series, and it's like the different players on the rugby team and their romances. It was great. I do have some qualms with it. I gave it a 4-star, but I do have some qualms.
Okay.
I'm not sure if we should be sexualizing teenagers.
Yeah.
So it's probably just that this book was not written for me. I really had to skim past those pages because they were icky.
Inappropriate.
Yeah, just really icky. So they're my qualms. But I did like everything else surrounding that, and then I just flipped those pages because they're not for me.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm a 35-year-old woman.
Yeah, we shouldn't be reading about 17-year-olds.
But they super sexualize him. So they're like, oh, he's like 6'3", he's jacked, and they're like talking about his wobbly gong, and then. And then they're like, oh, and he's 17. Ugh. It's offensive.
It is. Like, that's a bit icky.
It's someone's
not
son.
gonna lie.
Yeah, so I just skip those.
You could be there.
Skip them. The other book that I read was actually our in-person book club. That was First Lie Wins by Ashley Elston. Do you want to explain what that one was about?
That one was interesting. That was the one with Evie, who was a con artist / spy. And she got hired to do this job for her current boyfriend and get like evidence pieces. Yeah, he was the mark for this particular job she was on. But everything around this job was a bit suspicious and mysterious, and a lot of distrust with Evie and her boss, to the point where she knew something was up and her boss was constantly testing her. And so it basically goes on her journey of uncovering what's going on with her boss. And
I didn't love it. It wasn't my favorite. I gave it 3 stars. It was okay. It was actually on the Reese's book club.
Oh yeah.
But it was my favorite.
Yeah.
I also read The Housemaid by Frida McFadden, and I loved this book. I feel super basic saying that.
Yes,
because everyone loves this book.
Okay. Yeah. It would have been such a good book to talk about.
Yeah,
it would have been such a good book to talk about. But that's all right. What was it about?
Millie is employed as a housekeeper for the completely unhinged Nina and her handsome, gorgeous, very kind husband Andrew. When they're doing a tour of the house, crazy Nina shows her where she's going to be living, and it locks from the outside, and it's just it just unravels.
Yeah. When I finished this book, I didn't like it, not at all. But then when I was thinking about this book, when I let it develop in my head, I'm like, okay, I actually like it. Because I spoke to you the day after I read it, and I was like, oh, Didn't like it. And then a few days later, I'm like, oh, I really enjoyed
I
it.
flew through it.
Yeah?
I read it so quickly. I
Mm.
loved Nina. She was so crazy. She was really interesting to read.
She was. I did not like her.
I didn't like her as a person,
Yeah.
but as a character to read, I think the last few books I've read is just like, kind of women that are just trudging through. And then she was sassy and
Mad.
Yeah.
I didn't particularly share the same sentiment about Nina. I didn't. Yeah, no, I didn't quite like her as much. But I gave this one a 4.5 stars. Not quite 5 for me.
It's a 5 for me.
Because there were a few things about it that sort of fell short for me for like to become a 5-star. But again, really good book. And I'm excited to read the next ones in the series.
I'm going to leave it. I'm not going to read the next one.
Why?
I just liked it too much, and then I've heard the next one's not as good, and I don't want to ruin it.
Yeah.
So I feel like it ended nicely. It ended with like a to be continued, but I don't need to continue anymore.
Okay.
And then the final book that I read was Sometimes I Lie by Alice Feeney. I don't know how I feel about this one actually. I just finished it last night. I think I need to think about it a bit more.
Yeah.
This is the story of Amber, and she's in a coma, but she's like conscious in her body. She can hear what's going on around her. And she doesn't remember how she got there, but she suspects that her husband had something to do with it.
It's always the husband.
So, and I loved this book. I flew through it again. I really loved it. I felt like it was gearing up to something so dramatic and just like jaw dropping. And then the last page left me so confused.
Okay, so it didn't sort of like tie it
didn't tie it up at
together
all. No,
at all.
No,
Oh,
not at all. I thought it was. I thought it was like the plot was gonna twist. My jaw was gonna be on the floor, and that would be the end of it. But but she kind of left it open.
Yeah,
but in a really confusing way.
Okay.
To the point, it's not like maybe it was this or that. It was. I was more like, huh? And then I got onto Reddit to try and figure out what other people thought happened.
Yeah.
And everyone's as confused as I.
That's sort of the Alice Feeney style, is it not? Like even with Rock, Paper, Scissors, she sort of left the end slightly open and ended for you to sort of put your own conclusion to it.
It was more
open.
Tied up. Yeah, it was more open than that.
Oh, don't like that.
It just she just like chucked out the window on the last page.
Oh.
So I loved it. Like I don't know if the last page of a book can ruin a whole book.
Yeah.
Because
surely.
But yeah, so I don't know.
It would for me if it's not like tying it all out.
So I don't know about that one yet. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
What else did you read?
I did well this month. I think, all things considering, I read 4 books in total, including this one. Firstly, I read Strange Sally Diamond. That was the one that you had recommended. Again, Strange Sally Diamond, she has her troubled past comes to light after her father passes because she inappropriately disposes of his body. I wasn't ready for half the trauma.
It was a lot
that went on in this book. I thought when reading Strange Sally Diamond,
it was
the opening,
optimistic though. Like it was traumatic but
optimistic. Yeah, it was really optimistic right up to the end, and then everything just went. And I was very sad.
It's devastating.
It is very devastating. I really enjoyed that one.
But not a 5-star book for you.
Nori.
You were so stingy with the 5 stars. Do you have any 5 stars?
I do. The Silent Patient.
Okay.
The Silent Patient, I think, is my only 5-star. Even, I think Verity, I'll do a 4.9.
Stingy.
Stingy. It has to blow my mind for it to be 5 stars for me. Like The Silent Patient blew my mind.
But do you sometimes think that the thrillers that we read early on, we weren't as expecting of the format of a thriller? Now I'm kind of jaded. Now I'm looking for clues throughout the book rather than just letting it happen.
Yes and no. I think even when I read like the first few books, and The Silent Patient was one of our first few books, I was still looking for the answer before they revealed it. I've never been like, even when I watch movies, I'm that irritating person who will be like, this is what's gonna happen, this is what's gonna happen right from the beginning. And then ruin it for my husband and I. But no, like The Silent Patient just completely, I did not see that coming, completely blew my mind. And it's the book that I recommend to everyone when they want to get back into reading. And it had been successful.
It does get a bit of hate online. I think everything gets a bit of love and a bit of hate, but
yeah.
hate online.
Yeah, haters gotta hate.
Just gonna hate. Just enjoy the vibes.
Enjoy the vibes.
How'd you go with our book club bingo?
Book club bingo.
Ding ding ding.
Ding ding ding.
I ticked 3 off.
All right. I ticked 1.
You read all these same books as me. So
female protagonist.
Yeah,
oh wait,
First
that's
Lie
the
Wins.
one. Yeah. No. Oh yeah. Okay. First Lie wins, but I'm actually gonna give Housemate to that one. I feel like I can keep First Lie wins for something else. And then this one was a debut novel.
Yeah.
All right. There it is. Ticked it off. So how many you've ticked off?
I've ticked off 3.
Yeah,
so
I've done.
I've also on our bingo is read 3 books by the same author.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm going to do Alice Feeney.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to include the books that I read last year. So I'm
Yeah,
one down.
fresh.
No, 2 down.
2 down.
2 down, 1 to go.
Yeah.
And then also read a series.
I'm doing the series will be the Housemate series.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I'm doing that. Read 3 books by the same author. Haven't really decided this one yet. But probably like Frida McFadden. Like her books are like easy to read, and I'll see what I
It's got to be
get.
3 others other than.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. That's not going to be one of them.
That's fine. I'll post that up. I'll post that on socials.
Perfect.
How bingo's going. Let us know how your bingo's going too.
Next book.
All right, so we had 3 options. My pick for the book was The God of the Woods by Liz Moore. That was actually the Goodreads like top thriller of last year.
I feel like we like these ones have been disappointing so far.
It's true.
Pretty Girls and this one, like it's perfect.
But it won number 1 of the thriller category.
Okay.
So it has to be okay, surely.
Yeah.
That one is about 13-year-old Barbara. She goes missing while at sleepaway camp.
Yeah.
Barbara's older brother vanished in a similar way 14 years ago. The family seems to be very wealthy. They own half the town. And then just like the family drama unfolds from there. Your pick was Keep It in the Family by John Mars.
Yes.
A couple are renovating their house when they discover a chilling message about saving people from the attic. They go to investigate and they find something horrific.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to chapter 39. Apparently everyone says that's brilliant.
Great. And then our club pick, I can't remember who suggested this one, but our club pick was called Love Mum by Ileana Zander. It is about Mackenzie and her mum, who is a brilliant thriller author and dies in an accident. On the day of the funeral, Mackenzie receives a mysterious package signed off by number 1 fan.
Yeah.
The package held pages from a diary which say, "Want to know a secret? Love Mum." I might read this one even if it's not picked. It sounds really good.
Yeah, this was it was already in my TBR list, this one, and I'm really excited about it.
Okay.
Yeah, so I will eventually get to read this one.
So are you ready to find out which one won?
Drum roll, please.
Keep It in the Family by John Mars.
I know how to pick them.
This one's free on Kindle Unlimited.
Perfect.
Yeah, but if you don't have Kindle Unlimited, you don't want to buy the book, go check out your local libraries, secondhand bookshops, or the Libby app to see if it's available to you.
Great. When are we meeting next?
7th of March.
Excited. I'm excited for it. All right, everyone. I think that concludes our podcast episode 2. Book club
is adjourned.
Perfect. I love it. Thank you everyone so much for listening. We really appreciate it. We're just getting started. So all of your support is really appreciated.
Make sure you jump on socials, especially the week before our podcast episode drops, where we talk about the book online. If you chit chat about it.
Yeah.
Talk to us.
Talk to us. Perfect. All right. Thank you for listening. Take care, everyone. Bye.